and Sean Travel Show. John and Sean Travel Show. Travel Show. Whoa!
Alright, so we're starting our road trip to Quebec. First stop, Montreal. Prime freezing rain conditions. Full tank of gas. Let's go!
Montreal has a population of 1.7 million and is the second biggest city in Quebec. Montreal became a city in 1832. It was the biggest city in Canada until the 70s. Next to Paris, Montreal is the second largest French-speaking city in the world.
Savage!
It was hosted in the 1967 World Expo and the 1976 Summer Olympics.
Nifty!
Located on an island, it has many tunnels and 9 bridges to bring you into the city. No building in Montreal is allowed to be taller than the cross at the Parc Royal.
Righteous!
The Biodome was a gift after the American government welded it instead of bolted it and could not disassemble it after the World's Fair.
Crazy!
Habitat 67 was built for the Expo as well, and is a piece of modern architecture that defies logic and gravity. And the Olympic Stadium, which was budgeted at $138 million, but spiraled to over $1.5 billion.
Wipe out! After touring Montreal for the day, we decided to unwind at the Hostel Bar.
1, 2, 3, go!
This is the same sort signature drink, the Inception Bomb. The record for finishing is 4.05 seconds. Swing!
The next morning we got some smoked meat and poutine and headed to the Fine Arts Museum.
The Montreal Museum of Fine Art is Montreal's biggest museum. It is among the most prominent in all of Canada. People usually spend half a day exploring its many buildings, which are all connected by underground tunnels. Far out. Ouch! Oh! Whoa!
After the museum, we hopped in the car and headed up to Quebec City, which is the capital of Quebec. The population of Quebec is 8.3 million and is the second biggest province in Canada. Quebec has 85% of the world's maple syrup. The St. Lawrence River runs through Quebec. It is almost 2,000 kilometers long and connects the Great Lakes with the Atlantic Ocean. Quebec is Algonquin for river narrows.
Quebec generates half of Canada's hydroelectric power. Some popular words in French are tabernacle, calice, and couche-tard. The legal drinking age in Quebec is 18. Tight. The first day in Quebec City, I went to Montreal to snowboard. It is 2,625 feet tall, with 71 runs, the longest being 1 mile long. Gnarly! Montreal is located 40 kilometers northeast of Quebec City. It is considered one of the top 3 hills in Quebec, next to Mont Tremblant and Le Massif. After snowboarding at Mount St. Anne for the day, I headed back to Quebec City. Met up with SHAWN at the hostel. Then we decided to do some late night snowboarding.
Oh God!
Oh my god!
That's a good place to do that.
Oh my gosh!
Quebec City has a population of over 700,000. Jacques Cartier landed here in 1535, but it wasn't until 1608 that Samuel de Champlain set up a permanent structure. It is the only walled city in Canada. The wall measures 4.6 kilometers long. The Plains of Abraham are located here and is where the French and English fought for Canada. Everywhere you go in Quebec, you see awesome architecture. The Chateau Frontenac has over 600 rooms on 18 different floors. It is a National Historic Site and was opened in 1893. Place Royale was the birthplace of French in the Americas. It's over 400 years old.
Ancient.
Criminals used to be executed here. Bummer. Another thing we noticed was all the awesome graffiti. Some of it legal, some of it not. Bitchin'.
So the whole trip cost us about $180 in gas. It was about 2,000 kilometers round trip. The hostels varied from $25 to $40 a night. Toronto to Montreal took 6 hours to drive, and then Montreal to Quebec City took another 3.
Excellent!
That's not a good place to do that.